Hello everyone, welcome to Math Topics. This is Dr. Marrero. SAT, Algebra, hard question, right there in front of you. In this video, you are going to target a hard question in the SAT. In which category? Algebra. You have a table of values and you have 4 multiple choices. All of them are equations of the line, because the question itself says that is a linear relationship between x and y. When that happens, we have to think in y equal mx plus b, or y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, which is point slope, and the standard form, which is ax plus by equal c. This is important. As soon as you read, as soon as you had to rescue in your background all the information related with this. So we are going to work with slope and equation of the lines. Just that. Let's see how can we target a hard SAT math question. Let's see it. When we have questions like this, we have to unpack the question. This is what I call unpacking the questions. So we know from the introduction that we're going to work with linear functions, with the different forms of the line. I recommend not to check the multiple choices now. We don't need that all until the end of the process. I want you to check that we are working with a table of values, and the table of values contains points x and y. We need the slope because we need the components of the line. We need the slope and we need at least 1 point. Because if we know the slope and we know 1 point, we can create the point slope form. And with the point slope form, we can make a transformation and turn that point slope form into something similar to what I see in the multiple choices. The first impression of the multiple choices is the standard form. Okay, it's ax plus by equals c, and makes sense because they said that the s is a constant, it's a number. So choice A is 18 times a number, it's a number, 18 times a number. So the structure that I see in the multiple choices is a standard form. So I know I can predict that I will create the equation of the line, and at the end, I'm going to have something like the standard form. Right now, we have to make a decision. We have to use one of the forms. I prefer to use point slope form. You can pick slope intercept form. Also, you're going to generate the answer no matter what. But the point slope is faster because you need the slope and you need a point. You already have 3 points right there on that table, and you need only the slope and then the transformation to generate the answer. That's it. This is what I call unpacking the question. What I'm going to use or what I'm going to do in the next steps depends on the unpacking process. Let's start. So I'm going to find the slope. To find the slope, I need 2 points. Basically, the slope formula, just put it right here just in case you're watching these videos and you're reviewing for the test. So you have here set of 3 points. The first point, the second point, and the third point. I'm going to pick point number 2 and point number 3. So I'm going to pick minus s 21, and the other point is s 15. And we are going to use the slope formula here, that is y2 minus y1, which is 15 minus 21, divided by s minus negative s. This is negative 6 over 2s, because minus and minus is plus, s plus s 2s. And this is negative 6 divided by 2, which is negative 3 over s. This is the slope, and it looks some kind of weird because we are using s. But s is a constant, so don't get frustrated with that. It's just a number. It's a symbol. It's just a symbol. Negative 3 over s. Now we have the slope and we have to create the equation. So let's start creating the equation. I said that I'm going to use the point slope. So let me use the point slope. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. I'm going to pick one point. Let's pick, I don't know, the last point. I like it. S and 15. So the x value is s and the y value is 15. So it's y minus 15 equal my slope, which is negative 3 over s. Okay, it's not a 5, it's an s. Sorry for my handwriting. X minus my x, which is an s. It's not a 5, it's an s. It's not a 5, it's an s. So, I don't have that. Yes, no problem. That's why we can play with mathematics. Now let's apply the distributive property, y minus 15 negative 3 over s x, negative times negative is positive 3s over s. You can cancel out the s's, and you have here y minus 15 equals negative 3s x plus 3. Because I'm still looking something like what I see here, let's put the x and the y together. So let's move this term right here to the left positive. So it's going to be, let me put it right here, 3 over s x positive plus y. And let me move this negative 15 to the right, positive 15. It's going to be positive 15 plus 3. Now I'm start smiling because I have 18 here. And I have 18 on all of those choices. This is when I start looking at the multiple choices. And now let's multiply. I don't like this fraction right here because I don't have any fraction right here in the coefficients. So I multiply by s. Multiply by s. And I multiply by s. So the s's here canceled. Okay. And you have 3x plus sy. 15 plus 3, 18. 18 times s is 18s. Boom. 3x plus sy equals 18s. That's the answer. Unpacking is number one. What do I have? This is the way to learn math. If you want to learn math, you have to do this. The unpacking process. Table of values, linear relationship. What are the elements needed? Slope and the different forms of the line. This is what I call unpacking, because unpacking allows you to move straight to your next step, which is finding the slope. Then you pick the equation that you want to create, slope-intercept form or point-slope form, and the rest is algebra massage. Be careful, Be careful because you have an S, and it's on purpose because they know that many kids, they're gonna get confused with S and the 5. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to give us a like and help math topics. See you in the next video.